Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be playing in the Tier 10 Japanese Tech Tree Medium, the STB-1. This vehicle is kind of the best at everything. It's got the most gun depression in Tier 10, it's got a really good gun, it's got pretty decent DPM, good armor, and decent mobility. The STB-1 is kind of like the M48 Patton of Japan, except it's a lot lower down, and because of that, I do think it's a bit better of a vehicle. Now, in Update 9.1, the STB lost a bit of dispersion to gain that extra degree of gun depression. Now, I've stated my opinions in the past where I don't think that was really the best decision for the vehicle because sure, the gun depression is really nice, but for most maps, I don't feel like it really is necessary, if that makes sense. Like, sure, there will be the occasional spot where you're able to use that 11 degrees, but at the same time, the most gun depression in Tier 10 is already 10 degrees, meaning that even if you only have 10, every other vehicle you poke is also only going to be able to see your hull-down capabilities. So, yeah. I don't know. Personally, I'm a bit mixed feelings on the gun depression buff because I feel like it wasn't necessarily needed, but hey, 11 degrees is pretty insane, and the fact that it has that much definitely is something that I think is pretty crazy. So we got the Sheridan all the way at the back, can't get a shell into him. We also got the Skoda T50 in mid, well, sort of mid. I don't technically B is mid, but you get what I'm saying. We got the Foch 155 off to the side. That's a lot of tanks pushing through right there. I'm going to back up. Now, we did get a nice shell into the Foch, and I am noticing a lot of death is pulling around this corner fairly quickly, so I'm going to be very cautious about that. I'm going to sit right here and make sure that the enemy team has a bit of trouble trying to deal with me, because with the 11 degrees, I can sit quite comfortably hull down here, hopefully. We got the T110E5, K91. Let's get a nice shell into that E5 again. Oh boy, but that 62-8 is running, which is bad news for me. Let's get another shell to that Sheridan. I mean, we're dealing damage. We're dealing a lot of damage right now, which is pretty good news. It seems like my teammate is actually getting some good shells out. Maybe we can get a shell into that Foch if he backs up a little bit too much, or even, there you go, a shell into the Sheridan, finishing him off. I'm trying my best to hold off for this this T100LT. I got you, bro. I got you. Fire. Boom. Very nice shell. Unfortunately, that nice shell is not going to save my teammate. As you can see, he's dead. Let's go for a shell into that track wheel of 50B. We weren't able to connect that shot, and at the same time, we got like the K91. I'm being rushed, and I've also noticed that I have no TDs behind me. So at this point in time, it would be a lot smarter for me to start getting the heck out of here. So let's make sure that we do not get hit by that AMX 50B. Let's come around this corner. Now, we are going to get hit once by him. Well, actually, he missed, which is kind of sad on his part, and well, we're actually quite fine at this point. We got the E5 all the way back here, who we could take a shell at. There you go. I mean, that shot actually works pretty well. We aren't spotted. We've made sure that he knows we're here. And at this point, I'm just going to go for the side of that K91. I think that's a bit easier of a shot. There's no risk to take it. So pretty easy damage right there. Let's reload again. Let's go for another. Unfortunate, missed. But we're doing pretty good at this time. We just got to absolutely farm the Tier 10s. So that one bounced. Not too bad, though. We can just put on our adrenaline. Hopefully, we'll be able to get out another shell. Where the heck is this Progetto going? Right into my shot. There you go. Beautiful. 319 damage. Bit of a low roll, but I'll still take it. Damage is damage after all. Let's go for a shell into that K91. Another 350 damage. We're up to 3,700 delts. Let's go for another shell into that K91. As you can see, the gun isn't struggling too much. Like, it still hits the majority of its shots, and because of the fantastic hull-down capabilities of this vehicle, you can quite easily just block a bunch of damage fired at you anyway. So, in total, we were able to deal over 4,000 damage. Not only that, but we were able to absolutely smack the enemy team. Now, did we require the 11 degrees of gun depression there? No. But did our gun actually suffer from the gun dispersion nerf? Also no. So, to me, it's almost like nothing really happened to the vehicle. But that's good, because the STB is just such an incredible tank. I really don't talk about this tank enough on the channel on how amazing it is, but it really is a vehicle that a lot of people should definitely grind. But I should point this out as well, that the STB is not the best line to grind, because obviously it has a lot of downsides. The tank itself is really good, but the Tier 9 is not a beginner-friendly vehicle, and that's also the same for the Tier 8 and the Tier 7, and honestly, even the Tier 6. So, if you're not incredibly good at this game, then you're not going to do incredibly good with the STB line. It is a very tricky line to grind down. Now, this map on this side is weird when it comes to gun depression, because you can use a lot of gun depression, but you also have to be careful of tank destroyers, which is why I'm just going to be sitting here. I am so sick and tired of driving up to that hill and being shot by a 183, being shot by an E4, a Yag Tiger, so I'm not moving. I'm sitting directly in the spot hull down, and this is the only position I can think of that I won't have to deal with a tank destroyer. Now, there is a tank in B, and there you go, there's an enemy E50M, and apparently we just got shot in the hatch. Isn't that fun? Thankfully, the E50M did get shot back a little bit harder, but gotta love when you get snapped in the hatch, even though you've got 10 degrees of gun depression, basically fully hull down. That made literally 0 sense. There you go. Nice shell into the 57 heavy. And this is why I'm staying hull down right here, because it gives me the opportunity to know if I'm going to be rushed or not. There's no point to push further up. So we got the E50M. That guy is trying to shoot my waffle, but he's really not doing a great job at it. We're just going to keep on chilling here. If this E50 pokes too far, he's going to get shot. But, again, I'm just going to chill here. We got a mouse, it looks like, in mid, and as we do know, there is a T-57 heavy back there. So, as of right now, I can't really push too far up. Maybe that 57 will be shot, but let's just try and get a shell. Perfect, right into the E50M's little turret cheek, should I call it. Now, we also got a Yo off to the side, who I am going to try and get some damage into, so let's get some damage into him. There you go, one nice shot for 438. I have my adrenaline on as well, which means we're going to be able to get another shell into the Yo. I've got some pretty easy shots here into his vehicle, and I'm hoping that my 57 also pens his shots. There you go. And let's see, 57, please pen your last shell. Nice. All right. That's good news. The bad news is that my 57 heavy is looking like he's going to be taking a big flabby L in a second if he doesn't back up. But I was able to buy him just enough time to back in the cover. So at this point, we've done pretty well. Hopefully that Hovery's able to connect the shell. He didn't. He actually just basically lost 800 health for nothing there. I don't know what that Hovery's plan was, but clearly it wasn't very well thought out. Let's get a nice shell into the 183 right there. We got 3 more seconds left, and I do got to be careful, obviously, but let's see if I can just keep on getting some more damage into that 183. That's another nice shell there. We got 2 more seconds left, and, well, I might as well just wait here. Fire. There you go. Another nice shot for 326 damage into the 183, and with that, we've taken off half of his health, which is pretty decent, not gonna lie. The problem is the other side of the map, our team is falling apart fairly quickly, and obviously you don't want that, so... what do we do here? I really don't know what to do here, because with that 183 over there, there's not much I can push up to deal with, obviously. I guess we could try and get a shell into the 183. He missed. That's actually pretty good news. And that's really all there is to say. I mean, I can't really do much else. We got the 57 heavy off to the side. Try and get a shell on him, but unfortunately it missed. Looks like this E50M is just YOLOing. Not really sure about that one, but actually looks like it doesn't really matter. I mean, at this point, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do in this battle. All we have left are 2 TDs camping at the back, and, I mean, we completely lost heavy side. Sure, I YOLO'd into the 183, but it was not going to change this game. It was going to be a loss. So, what I will say about Blitz in general, which is the same thing I'll say every day, is that nowadays it's just more and more down to your teams and what they do. If you have no TDs, and unfortunately that seemed to be the case, we had all of our TDs on medium side, which isn't bad, but the enemy team only had 1 medium. So basically, all of our TDs, instead of covering heavy side, which would have been way more important, decided to cover medium side when we didn't really need the support, which just kind of killed us off. And I think our 57 heavy went here as well, yeah. So basically, we had no heavy support, and all that was medium support, but we couldn't push on medium side because they had a 183, and... yeah, welcome to Blitz, where skill is no longer a factor. Either way, it is kind of sad that this is kind of how the game works on some battles, but yeah, let's see how we did in the post-game results. What I will say is that we did a pretty good job. I mean, we probably did around 3,000 or maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so we did 3,700. Pretty solid job. And let's see, we were able to do top on our team by quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that, like, you have an Emil 2 dealing 17 damage. There's really not much you can do about that, but... oh well, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Oh boy, our team was not it. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. STB is a fantastic tank, definitely one to be worth grinding, and even with that crushing defeat of a team we had, we still did pretty good. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.